Hey everybody, a good morning to you. Welcome from Superman here on Hex Token channel. And of course, we're going to have a great time because everything is ramping up. We have waited patiently. We have proof of wait. We have delayed gratification, and we are getting closer. Pulsechain Mainnet is getting closer than ever. And of course, no more warnings. No more warnings is what we say. So that's definitely coming true. No more warnings, no more warnings, and of course, could launch at any time. That is the headline, and those are the statements are now on the websites for Pulsechain and PulseX. So we're going to check that out in a second, and we're going to go through a lot of detail today. So get your glasses on, get your latte ready, because it's going to be a big show. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. We've got who's in the house there, lies beneath the truth. Always brings us the alpha to start the show off. Hello, how are you today? And of course, very good here. It's a sunny day here too, which is nice. The ultimate strategy course to Richard Hart, gold and crypto. Hello, all Hex, EHEX, PLSS, PLSX, and of course, incentive for the win there. And we're looking forward to some pretty exciting things for those suite of tokens and coins there in the future. Can you believe it? Richard Hart's going to have his own coin. Can you believe it? His own coin, the Pulse coin there. Isn't that going to be great? It's a lot of people say, oh yeah, created a token, but to have a coin, it's like next level. It's like next level, especially when that coin's going to be one of the top coins out there. So think about that for a moment. Let's kind of relax and think about that. Anyway, moving on. Let's get in there. We've got Humberto in the house as well. Yo, cheers, sweet man. I think we are so close. These are exciting times. What we all waited for. Woohoo! Indeed. Well spoken there, Humberto. Good to see you in the house as well. Groot's in here. I got my Superman ice cream ready for the show. Let's go, 100%. I don't know what that tastes like, but I'm sure it's good. Wookie says, did someone say ice cream? They did. Wookie likes ice cream too. It might be a Kiwi thing too. Kiwis love ice cream. We used to have a famous model, one of the supermodels, Rachel Hunter, married Rod Stewart of all people, and she did what we call a tip top ad. It's a kind of a Kiwi brand, I think. It was a pretty classic ad that from the summer with her glistening here. Sandy Beach would be impressed by that ad. Joey Torres in the house there. What's up? Good to see you, Joey. We got Pudding Guru as well. As a reward for his energy, enthusiasm, and mighty efforts, please smash the likes on the way in. Definitely do that. That'd be great. If you're new to the channel as well, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell for future videos, and share the channel around. That really does help as well. Katie in the house as well. Hello, says Katie, one of our two community leaders. Good to see you. And here comes in Sandy Beach, one of our moderators, and of course with the old Sandy Beach there. I like that. Terry Doc as well. A Man and family. Oh, sorry, Sandy Beach. Yeah, Sandy Beach is here. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Hope you're recovering well there, Sandy Beach, with the ops. Can't forget that. So hope you're recovering there nicely. Hope you can see a bit more today. Like it's not so blurry. That'd be great. I hope it's becoming clear. Terry Doc's in the house there. Hey, Superman and family, good to see you. And of course, Hex Token channel member as well. Danu in house there. Woo. Hello, Superman, all Hexkins. Happy to be here. And now let's start the Pulsechain Rocket Alpha Info News, says Danu. We're going to have a great session today. It's going to be very cool. I don't want glasses. Well, that's why you had the ops. Sandy. Hex is crushing it. Hex is crushing, says Sandy. Yeah, we're going to look at the Hex price later on. And we'll talk about that then. We've got so much Pulsechain news before that. I'm not too worried about Hex, actually, to be honest. I'm sure it's a good dollar cost average, as you guys know. I'm wanting to pick up some Hex, so it's kind of playing into my favor at this stage. I'm not too it's kind of good for me because I want to pick up more volume of Hex, right? So that's why I'm not like going, oh my god, my portfolio. Food TV is in the house there. Hello, I'll try the V4 farming in 2 weeks. I made 25 million. Well done, Food TV. You legend. Yeah, there's been a couple of people definitely pumping the old PulseX farming there. Who else has jumped in here? Brennan says, did Jack try and DDoS attack the Pulsechain? Well, no, I don't know about that. It's a little bit confusing. I know that he's been running a lot of, I don't know if you call it, it's not really a DDoS attack. He's been running a lot of Zen NFTs minting from the looks of it. So I'm not exactly sure around that side of things. I love ice cream, says Sandy Beach. Another one who loves the ice cream. And of course, she is Sandy Beach, so you have ice creams at the beach. It makes a lot of sense. It's terrible when the sun's so hot and it just cuts them out so faster than you can actually eat the ice cream. Or here's another scenario: it's so windy. So I was down in Queenstown with my family one time, and Bandcamp. No, it wasn't Bandcamp. We were down in Queenstown, which is like this international resort here in South Island of New Zealand, and the wind was so bad up in the mountains with the glacial type of air, and the wind was so bad it was like the ice cream was like moving around. It was pretty bad, melting and moving around. If you get my point. Another restless night. Closer, maybe more of them, says Matt. Well, maybe Matt. Matt's also living in Bali, so that's a pretty nice place. Granddad in the house there. Hi, good to see you, Granddad. And Sandy Beach says, I love Rachel Hunter. Yeah, I think you would have a lot in common with Rachel Hunter. Yeah, that would make sense. So not surprising. I did actually meet Rachel Hunter. Well, I didn't meet her. Let's say rephrase that. I did see Rachel Hunter at a mall once here in New Zealand. And guess what? The irony was that I was hanging out. I'm saying I'll say this. No, that's not the right word. I was hanging out with New Zealand's swimsuit model of the year, ironically, and I said, and she happened to be Russian. She happened to be Russian, I think it was, yeah. And I said, oh, come and look down here. Here's Rachel Hunter, one of the 5 supermodels at the time. I think that was in the case. And so I ended up taking down and showing her, and she was like absolutely amazed. So it was kind of cool. One of those little stories that you have in your back pocket. But pretty funny. Man, Barley says going to the beach. Let me know when we have launched. Hopefully by the time I get back. Yeah, well, we're telling kind of semi beach stories at the moment. Pulse Bezos in the house as well. Yeah, hey. Hex pumping sooner or not. We're going to talk about Hex later on. Pulse Bezos. Thank you, Hex Token. Yes, it's actually I'm not using glasses today. Yay! Oh, that's fantastic, Sandy. We pray and hope for your speedy recovery there. I know it's a big operation, really, in the terms of things. Crypto Tycoon as well. Hello, Hex Token family. The time for Pulse to rule the world, 100%. My precious, my precious there. Hex on Choice says, "What's up, Hexkins? Good to see you." And of course, Hex on Choice, thanks for your Intel drop yesterday. Obviously, I made a video about that, so nice one there, Hex on Choice. Thomas Turner in the house, as usual, waiting, 100%. Hey, Matt and Barley's just giving out Hex Token channel membership, and Big Bully's got it, so well done on Big Bully. Very cool. How are we up for time? 8 minutes. We're going to do a 10-minute intro today because we're already well into it. We got PLS in the house there. Woohoo! Guess you bought more Hex today. PLS did. I got that one very quickly. We got Stitzy Jones in the house there. 5.4 cents support token taken out. Yeah, so it's actually eating into liquidity. We're going to talk about that later on. I'm going to talk about the Hex price later on. Smash the likes, is excellent choice. We've got so much PulseChain stuff to come up with. So I'm going to start off with all the good stuff and then get into the Hex price. What else there? Hex and choice with the rockets, 100%. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to check to unban Toxic. So I might have to do that later on, Brian, because I have to open up the studio to do that. So just remind me on Discord if I forget. That is the Discord if you want to join up. I think that's a good intro, almost 10 minutes. That is the Discord. Join up. It's free. And we've got the best community. Get in there. If you love PulseChain, PulseX, and Hedron. Why did I add in Hedron? Yeah, if you love Hedron too, get in there. So go for gold. All right, let's pull up the website. So let's go. Let's go for gold here. Bam. There we are. So PulseChain Testnet V4 is here. And of course, please use it and prepare for Mainnet launch. Mainnet is closer than ever. Hey, that looks just like my title of my video. Mainnet looks closer than ever. These guys on the website, Richard's team, has stolen the title of my video. That's terrible. That's terrible. All right. So anyway, I guess we're all aligned. We're in the same family. Mainnet is closer than ever. So there we are, folks. It's exciting. So nice update on the website. You have been given the fact that it's getting closer and closer. So that's pretty cool. On pulsechain.com, you can find the links in the video description to all the links as well. It's got all these highlighted links of just different parts of the PulseChain Testnet V4, which is out at the moment. There's lots of links here. This link as well. We've got this one too. I actually haven't opened this one up, but we're going to open that one up because I want to talk about that later. Where am I going to move that to? Because I don't want to talk about it straight away. We're going to move that all the way over there. Are we? We're going to move it all the way over there. Yeah, that's where we are. So that is PulseChain, Testnet V4, and Mainnet is closer than ever. You have been given that direction that it's not mucking around anymore. We're getting down to the main event. So let's jump over to PulseX. PulseX has also been updated here. Pulse Testnet, Testnet V4, PulseX is here. Mainnet PulseX could launch at any time. So this is just confirming the other part of my title, which is at the end there, could launch at any time. And of course, there won't be another warning. There we are. So that's the other part of my title there. No more warnings. And of course, they've taken that off, stolen that off my title as well. So there we are. Mainnet PulseX could launch at any time. There won't be another warning. So you've been told, especially if you're watching this live stream, you are getting all the intel from the website, and that's the way it goes. So pretty cool. All right. Let's see what else. Have they updated anything else in here? Just having a quick look while I'm here. All right. Yeah, I don't think that's updated, but we'll get to that. All right, so cool. That is the website. So you can find PulseX and PulseChain.com in the video description. Let's jump into the news from the devs. The devs have been working hard here on PulseChain. Let's have a look who's been logging in for work. We like to do this because it's good to see the tempo that's going. And of course, 3 commas is logged in the 27th. Brett Paulson there, 27th. Gamma there, the 27th of April. Remember those 2 names, Brett Paulson and Gamma. We're going to be talking more about them in a minute, a New York minute, where Justin Trudeau is having his holiday for free. We got Richard Hart there, 27th of April. We got Space Ghost in there for 27th of April as well. And we got SJB in there as well, 27th of April there. So they're all working pretty hard. And SJB in there have been pushing a lot of updates. So let's jump over to the updates that's been pushed. You can see SJB there has been pushing quite a few updates. Obviously, yesterday, we did cover this on the live stream yesterday with all the updates there for the Shanghai-Capella upgrade and, of course, Capella upgrade, or Capella. And, of course, we had these updates here. So Capella had more, so I guess they're going to have the small ones as well. But 18 hours ago, you can see all those updates. We covered that on yesterday's live stream. So we're not going to go through all that. Those are all the clients. So we've got Prism, Lighthouse, Aragon, and GoGeth all updated for the Shanghai update. So that's counting down, right? It's counting down. We're going to talk about that countdown in a second. So those are all the updates. But in the last hour, we got some more updates here on the Go Pulse. So one of the 2 execution client on the Go Pulse, we got that going. And so that has been updated. And it's had a few little updates. Prepared the stable release. And, of course, it's got another update as well. We're going to talk about that in a second. Stay tuned. Don't want to front run that one. So that is the PulseChain updates. Let's go to the PulseX logging in for work. We got 3 commas there, 27th of April. Agris on 27th of April. We got Brett Paulson there, 27th of April. Hines on the 27th of April. Lucas on 27th of April. And Richard Hart himself logging in on the 27th of April. OMG, that's exciting. Wow. So that's kind of cool. I remember the last time he had updated was the 21st, wasn't it? Yeah, 21st. I'm not sure if he had updated yesterday. I can't remember now, but it was 21st was definitely before that. So that's the PulseX group. So let's get into the PulseChain devs. Let's zoom a bit closer into the PulseChain devs. And we got Brett Paulson, or Bree-Tap, as we like to call him, or Bree-Tap there. And, of course, we got a couple comments from him. So we're going to go through some of these just to see what he's doing there. So obviously we've had this person here, Pulse Chad, making a few validators happy today. Almost 1 million test pulse tip. So he did a tip of almost 1 million test pulse. Look at it here. There's a priority fee tip on the transaction. He did almost 1 million test pulse there. Is that crazy or what? And nice job, says Bree-Tap. I thought I'd highlight that because I thought it was a bit fun. That was pretty funny. So kind of cool. Now, this was 10 hours ago. So this is after our live stream yesterday. Richard Hart obviously posted that tweet, which we looked at yesterday. Really great PulseChain.com news, which are also coming to Testnet V4 Shanghai upgrade. Isn't that cool? Probably tomorrow, which is correct. And of course, Bree-Tap here 10 hours ago, network upgrade coming in hot. So very excited about that. And that was an upgrade. So that's fresh off the press there, hot off the press. And of course, that's based on Richard Hart's update 15 hours ago, which was just after our live stream, or just during our live stream in the second half. So that was pretty cool stuff from that. Yeah, so really cool stuff there. Also, 10 hours ago, Bretep, this is into talking about the Jack Levin kind of a narrative there. I call this exciting, right? Because we're no drama channel, so it's exciting. Bretep says, great news. We have a dedicated volunteer who's ready to break PulseChain. Thank you for your valuable contribution in testing and fortifying the blockchain. Your commitment to ensuring the robustness of PulseChain speaks volumes about your passion and dedication. I love that. So well worded there. And of course, that's regarding here. We did cover this briefly yesterday in our live stream. And of course, someone asked, can Zen break PulseChain? Obviously, we've been watching this every day, right, on the chain, on the performance, and we see that PulseX is a big amount of the traffic, and Zen has been a big amount. So people transferring Zen, people minting Zen, people minting NFTs, those sort of things, or Zen NFTs on there. So we've seen that sort of stuff. Jack's got a response here. Should be easy on fire there. So a bit of a tease, really. So great news. We have Bretep is playing into that fun. Great news. And of course, we have seen them minting pretty seriously there. So pretty cool. 18 hours before that, we did cover this yesterday, but 18 hours before that says, I'm serious about this. Please, please, please break Testnet V4, expose the weak spots, stress test this network. Thank you in advance. And of course, we would love to see a DOS attack or DDoS attack. So that's been part of the excitement. And of course, there's been no issues there, right? There's been no issues there. We've talked about that in depth and some of his other. Jack here put 18 hours ago. Mint is NFTs, LFG. Who are you again? So there's lots of fun going on in there. Obviously, we're no drama channel, so it's all fun and excitement for us. All right, so cool. That is in the play there. And of course, Bretep says, the chain's going pretty well, so no problems there. Now let's look at some of his replies, because I think we've got a few extra things here as well. Let me have a look here. Just a little update here about the paragraphs of some of the commentary regarding the bridging of tokens. Bretep just said thanks for that. To some of the naming conventions, I think it was, that there was issues with. What else we got here? Here, this is a pretty major update. So you know how we have on PulseX, we're waiting for the prices, US dollar prices to flow in. Well, Gary's been, Fanny Jones been asking a few questions around that, and of course, Bretep has responded. And we did cover this initial response yesterday, but he's had another response to this. So he said, I heard that it takes 7 days for price to show up on PulseX. On the info tab, something about the average for daily volume. Is that true, Bretep? Does this mean we'll have to have price on mainnet, or does it mean 7 days before it reflects on the info tab on PulseX? And of course, we read this out yesterday, but he goes, sort of, for the info pages to work, PulseX needs to have been deployed for 7 days. The indexer generates data for each day, and the UI queries back 7 days of the blocks. The pricing takes 24 hours after value has been transferred. Previous testnets, we waited before the launch, so it was well ahead of that. But he's added this extra comment here 6 hours ago. Not sure what's in the replies there, but yeah, that's me. There we are. Nice. So Funding Jim says we did this one 6 hours ago. We just fixed the 1 week and 2 week queries so that the info pages will show up at launch time. So that's bullish, folks, for the PulseX. And that's really, really cool. You can see K4K's in there. Says awesome too. So yeah, pretty neat on that. So that's going to be really, really important, having those prices show up at launch time. So very, very cool. So that's some really bullish stuff there from Bretep. I'm not sure if he's got anything else that's popped up there, and we'll jump through that. We've already read all that. If you do have any issues, where do you report problems with V4? You can report them at the bottom of the V4 testnet pulsechain.com and use the Telegram link there to report any issues. So if you do come up with anything, get in there, and now is the time. Get in there and post any issues that you think that you've got happening there. All right. Someone says, this is another piece of the excitement, because we're no drama channel. So another piece of excitement here. We had, so someone here put in, Bretep wrote in, great news. We have a dedicated volunteer who's ready to break PulseChain. Thank you for your valuable contribution. Crypto Orange says, he used to work for Google. He used to work for Google and was the 21st employee hired. And Bretep goes, that's awesome. I know a number of sub 100 Google employees. Several of them have worked for me. Mic drop on that one. So I thought that was pretty funny. And Hot Pro Pop chimes in here. What an absolute chat of the dev. I thought that was pretty funny. Chad Tep there. Was it Chad Tep? Yeah. Giga Chad Tep, says Stuart. So some pretty funny stuff in there as well. And then he responds 9 hours later. He goes, "No violence, just facts." That's pretty funny. That was pretty funny as well. What else there? I think that was it. I think we're up to date there. So there's some really fun, entertaining updates as well as important updates happening there for PulseX. I thought you guys would enjoy that. So getting to the upgrade for Shanghai and Capella, Shanghai and Capella were for ETH allowing pulse withdrawals, just like Ethereum has ETH withdrawals. We've got the countdown. So you can see we're counting down pretty fast there. We've got 16 hours and 54 minutes to go until the upgrade occurs for the Shanghai-Capella. So it really is getting close, folks. Very, very exciting. Before we move on, though, let me get into a lot more updates to talk about. So before we get on here, let me get back into the chat to catch up because I'm a bit behind. So let's see how we go here. Let me jump back here. Where did I get up to here? Hex and Choice, smash the like. Definitely smash the like. And there's lots of love from Thomas Turner there. Brennan says, no drama channel. So, man, that's funny. What else there? We got Pterodox says, I see Rod Stewart all the time here in Scotland. He supports the same football team as me. Sounds like a nice one there, Pterodox. That's pretty cool. What else there? We got the rocket bags from Hex on Choice. Nice. What do we ask? We jump down here. Oh, I actually went back too far, didn't I? Bloodfish King says, g'day, all mainnet coming by mid-May, in my opinion. It's definitely looking like a good period of time, that's for sure, Bloodfish King. We're going to play some more stuff. Stay tuned for that. PulseChain is closer than ever, says Briz. That is true. That's the closest. That's the same title as my video. That's pretty cool. But you got more R's in it and more exclamation marks, which is pretty cool. Pulsechain says, morning, super. I have a rare morning off work. Got a work saving to buy more Pulse and PulseX once hit soon. 100% P. That's a good idea. Working 9 to 5. Gotta get that money for PulseX and got something like that. Don't clip that. That was pretty bad. All right, Superman done told you, says Brian. Superman done told you. Yeah. Wales only done told you. Superman done told you. Brian says, hey, TT, I haven't spoken to him for a bit. I should give him a call. You should, Brian. Pulse Demic in house, they're so keen for PulseChain, ready to ride the wave, 100%. DC Singh in house. How's it going, mate? Very good. Thank you, DC. I hope you are well also. We've got Anita in house too. Good to see Anita. Lots of Hex Token emojis. I love that. And of course, Tom says, let's get back to more like than watches. Hit that up, says Thomas. I was watching some other guy in Dubai or something with a whole ton of watches. He was like 21 years old. Super successful dude on YouTube, I think. Groot's in the house there. Woohoo! Good to see you, Groot's. I love Queenstown, New Zealand. Experienced my first earthquake there in 2001. That's really great, Bob Fishking. You're not supposed to go there to experience earthquakes, man. I'm just being silly. Tintop's in the house there. What's up, Tintop? Good to see you, Tintop, as well. We got Jenna in his house as well. Beautiful day. Let me just climb back up here. Beautiful day. I'm just going up to here. Hope the moderators doing the work there because got some weird comments in there. Where'd Tintop go up here? Tintop. Can I see that? I'm not sure. I can't see it on my view. Oh, there's it. Was that it? No. Can't see it. Hopefully the moderators on. What the heck is that? I don't even know what that's referring to, but we'll get rid of that comment. All right. Tintop's announced there. Yes, absolutely glorious. Nice. Hey, Groot. Thanks for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Big shout out to you. And appreciate that one, Groot there. Hex Token channel member represent. What else? We've got a few others in here. We jump down. Hashtag Freedom Channel, hashtag Family Channel, hashtag No Drama Channel. That's right. You got it, Liz. Dropping out for all the time. Granny says, Codes are dropping. We'll try and check that out later on. We're going to get up to the market prices. It's the second half of the show is the market prices. The first half is PulseChain updates. So that's kind of the format we're running at the moment. Christian says, for some reason, I'll be getting quite a few lines, time stuck pending transactions, Testnet V4. And what else? Who else is here? Too late, Clip says Tintop. Yeah, you bully, Tintop. You bully. What else we got going on here? Rune says price ratio forecast is now 1 to 3 PulseX. I think more than 80% comes from new money to buy Pulse. What do you think? Yes. Pulse is going to be in big demand for sure. Now there's big sellers too out there, right? So there's DO1 wallet. So there's going to be volatility in the house. I know some people are taking the bearish scenario that it will tank on launch. Others are taking the bullish scenario, and we'll find out in due course. In due course, there. Dennis says his name is Sammy, and he's on the other side. I mean, he does BTC leverage trading, says Danny. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. So that is, we've got how many minutes to go? 16 hours and 49 minutes to go until we reach epoch 4,200. Remember, there's 32 slots per epoch. They're about 5 minutes and 30 seconds long. And so that's ticking away there. We've got to wait for that. Now, we can see the gas has been really high. So obviously, the Zen Mint thing, the Jack Levin perhaps, is keeping the pipe full, as it were. So they've got to improve the price for that. So we'll see how they go. All right, so that is ticking away. Let's get into Gamma withdrawals. So we got, let me do the update. So Huddle Dog posted this around the Shanghai-Capella upgrade. Now, I've looked at different versions of this in the past, as you guys know, in the weeks ahead, prior weeks. But we're going to just summarize this as well. What are withdrawals? Because obviously this is what the big upgrade is about. And it's only, within the day away. I was at 16 hours ago. 16 hours to go, I said. Just under 17 hours. We know what the key outcome for Shanghai-Capella upgrade is: to allow stakers to withdraw their staked ETH, or in this case, allow validators to withdraw, or stakers to withdraw their staked Pulse, which is really completing off the proof of stake system, which is awesome. But more specifically, it will deliver 3 key features related to withdrawals: the ability to update the withdrawal credentials of Ethereum validator from the older format, BLS, a key. Remember that BLS term, to the newer OX01 type, derived from the Ethereum address there. So that's to do withdrawals. Also enabling partial withdrawals, or the periodic and automatic skimming of earned earnings there. So that's pretty important. Obviously, people there, consensus layer rewards from an active validator's balance in excess of 32 ETH. So they're going to remain as a validator. They've got to keep the 32 ETH, but they can skim off the top any earnings that they have above that 32 ETH. Full withdrawals, of course, if you're going to pull out of being a validator, or the claiming of an exited validator's entire balance, is the other one there. So while partial and full withdrawals are distinct operations, it's worth briefly noting some commonalities between them. Now, I'm not going to read through all the rest of that, but that is kind of the idea, just to allow Pulse withdrawals, and it's going to complete the proof of stake system. And of course, it's going to add to the competitiveness of PulseChain vis-a-vis Ethereum, right? So cool. It'd be, if everyone can funds expected to flow in to Ethereum, because people can, deposit and withdraw, then that's also that would be a disadvantage if we didn't have that. But now we're going to be on the same level field there, with no barriers to growth. So that's kind of cool, especially after we just had the big update for Testnet V4 around increasing the inflation and APR, annual percentage return there, for validators. We're going to look at in a second. So that's kind of cool news there. So that's a bit of an overlay of what's all the fuss about, and of course it's a big deal. So we'll get into that final leg, as it were, and then mainnet is opened up for mainnet, right? So we did have a further release in the updates here as well. So obviously we had V2 here. So this is the Go Pulse release. So we had an update there. So yesterday, of course, we highlighted this in our live stream yesterday, where we had all the updates for all the clients up to Shanghai support to Testnet V4. But of course, we've had a little update to this as well, with fixes peering issue introduced in 2.10. So there's a peering issue in here for the Go Pulse. So if you have that, you'll have to update, add trusted checkpoints for PulseChain as well. So if you actually go into that file, it will actually show you the chain as well. I'm not sure if that link there takes us to that. I'm not sure if that No, it takes to that page. So yeah, if you go to the trusted checkpoints though, under certain file types, then you can actually see the mainnet ID as well there, which is kind of teasing, but it's there as well, 369. So looking good for the iChain ID. All right, so kind of cool. That is the latest updates. And of course, we saw pull there, HJP. Is it SJP? I think it is. Anyway, let's get into Ethereum. So obviously, we're going to have this big Shanghai-Capella upgrade to allow withdrawals of Pulse from validating, which is going to finish off the proof of stake system, which means we're good to go in due course for mainnet. And of course, maybe we'll have a bit more testing in front of us. We will see how that goes. But here on Ethereum, we can see that they've processed almost 1.7 million withdrawals based on this data here on Beacon chart, and that is 1.7 million Ethereum that has been distributed. So we expect to see a page like this. At the moment, we don't have this on Testnet, but if you go to our Beacon Explorer on PulseChain, you'll see that we don't have withdrawals on here. But if you go to the Beacon Explorer for Ethereum, which is where we're on now, you can see that you can go to valos and you can have not only just deposits, but you'll have withdrawals access as well. So at the moment, we just have deposits. So you go here, see we've only got just deposits, but you can't have withdrawals. So this is the big upgrade to finish off the proof of stake system, which is pretty cool. Now you can see the validated accounts. They've got 493,000 withdrawable on the validated accounts out of 549 active validators that are eligible there. And remember that term we talked about, BLS for withdrawals. So people that are changing to the new address for the BF have to issue themselves a withdrawal address. There's 2,489 have 1,000 have changed, 75,000 here are unchanged. So that's interesting there. You can sort of see the withdrawal processes as well. So you'll see the ETH pulled out here. So on this day here, 12th of April, we had 18,000 ETH come out. And here on the 15th of April, we had 392,000. You can see different days, different withdrawal amounts. And so we would expect to see this kind of profile as well. No, not unlike this profile, but we expect to see data about withdrawals on the Beacon chart for PulseChain as well. So this here being updated for withdrawals. So that's kind of cool. And you can see some of the partial and full withdrawals listed here for Ethereum. So it's kind of cool. And we should expect to see similar things for the PulseChain. So this is what it's all about. We're about to have that final update. It's going to be cool. 17 hours away or less and counting. So it's pretty neat. Let's get to PulseChain. So those are a lot of the updates. So we've covered pretty much everything I'm aware of. So you've got you've got to see it all in one place, which is kind of cool. I'd like to focus on that. So here we are on PulseChain Testnet V4. We've got the block times there, 10.6 seconds. You can see the transactions going up and to the right, so we like that. So it looks like we finished the 26th of April. There was 61,789 transactions on the chain. This will be nothing compared to mainnet. Yeah, mainnet's going to be pretty busy. And it will have ebbs and flows, right? Have ebbs and flows and have weekdays, weekends, all that sort of stuff. But you expect it to grow over time. So as more dApps come in, more people come in, all that sort of stuff. So there's lots of driving forces for that. All right, so we can see the gas here is at 63 beats. So the Gwei's pretty high and so forth. So it's kind of neat. We've got the slow, average, and fast on there. It's pretty cool. If you put it on the eye here, gives you the slow, average, and fast on that. So yeah, we're up to 54 million wallet addresses. So we expect to be a couple of 100 million by the time it's all said and done, right? So everyone wants to get their copy as well on PulseChain. So the fork's coming up for that for the mainnet fork. We will talk about that in a second. We haven't finished have I finished? No, I haven't finished all those yet. So that's pretty cool. So we've got the testnet running pretty nicely here. We've got the blocks running. We've got the transactions all ticking through on the PulseChain. And we're going to have a quick look at some of these. We've got Hedron, Zen NFTs here. We've got, what else? There's Zen. So PulseX. So like I say, a lot of PulseX, a lot of Zen flooding through here. Like this, explaining a lot of the high gas prices there. So it's just ticking through pretty nicely on this one. Lots of buy and burns. Zen torrents here. Zen torrent, you can see it just kicking through. Now, when we looked at this yesterday, we went into some of the blocks, didn't we? And we could see, a lot of transactions of blocks. Let's go to this block here. It's the second to last one here. 7 transactions. What have we got in there? We've got PulseX. We've got PulseX there. PulseX. We've got the Zen torrent there, and Pulse buy and burn. So it's got quite a bit of stuff in there. So that testnet is running pretty well. Let's go through to the Beacon Explorer. So this is the second Explorer we've got, the one for validators, as I said. We can see that we've still got our validators climbing, which is really, really positive. And we're up to 3,761, 3,782 on the epoch. Remember, we're targeting epoch 4,200, isn't it? Yeah. So that we've still got a gap between that. We're taking away about 7 hours to go to run those epochs through, which is pretty cool. We've got 5,352 active validators now. Remember, we started off with 4,096. So we're ticking up from there, and that's going pretty nicely. We can see the blocks are running pretty smoothly. So performance is looking good, even with the high volumes going through. And let's see how we go on the gas now. Have a look at the gas history. Definitely look at all this high gas history. So definitely the chain's being challenged there, and we've got a lot of high gas there. Instead of being 1.5 Gwei, we've got, or beats, we've got this up really, really high at the moment. At the moment in hundreds there the last couple of hours. So some really testing going on there with the chain, which is good news. As Bretep says, bring it on, he says. So going good there. All right, let's jump over to I just want to go to the chart view. Let's have a look at the chart view. Let me go back to charts, and we're going to scroll down the bottom because I do like this view here, the slots. So this is the epochs and slots. So you can see they're ticking along pretty nicely. All green. We've got these brown ones are scheduled. So still scheduled there, but the green's looking great across the board there, looking pretty good. So that's going very, very well. Now we've got obviously PulseX, so we're going to quickly talk about that. Haven't finished with the updates quite, so we're going to keep going here. I said it was going to be a big update today, but let me just switch over to Testnet V4. Where's V4 here? Bam. And we can see that one pulse at the moment. So one pulse, you put a number 1 on the left side there, is going to be 3.29 PulseX. So one pulse is going to be 3.29 PulseX. And that's actually down from yesterday. Let's go to a week. Have we got a week started yet? All right, so we have. Cool. Look at the volatility in there, folks. That's just on the testnet, which is just playing around, right? Playground. It's not the real thing. People do different things when it's real. So when you're on testnet, you can do whatever you want. But here is the range. So we've been ranging, between 3.29 and 3.7 on this here. So pretty aggressive. All right, let's jump over to, so we haven't got limit order showing on PulseX yet. We haven't got the DAO showing on PulseX yet. So we'll see about that in the future, where that pops up. And of course, let's jump over to the info tab and have a look at that. Looks like yesterday we had another 6 billion. So people have been having a good time on the chain here. 6 billion yesterday, and we're currently on 191. I don't know if that's updated actually, but it's 191. Some of these things are not showing up for some reason. Let me know in the chat there if you've got the same view here. I did just check this now. It's not quite showing up properly, but hey, maybe they're doing something. What else? Let's go to the buy and burn, see what that is at the moment. 4.75 billion, so that's been going up. So 4.75 billion PulseX been burned. That's pretty decent. What's the bounty? $2.45 on that bounty. Let's quickly go to that. I'm sure Brennan tries to front run me on this before I even get to it. But we're gonna burn that $2.45. That's almost half a latte. I can't resist. So that is submitted. Let's see if it's successful. Hope, cross fingers. I did market transactions gas. It's pretty high, right? So at the moment. So let's see if that works. It'll probably fail on me just to annoy me. It's gone through. Bounty burn. So it didn't annoy me. We've been sent that $2.45. That's half a latte. Thank you very much. I'll take that to the bank anytime. What are these other bounties here? 33 cents. $92. What? $92. I'll take that. I'm going to burn that. That's $92 bounty. I'm sure hopefully Brennan has a front memory on this one. Transaction submitted. Let's go. $92. That's pretty decent. That's going to buy me at least 2 weeks of lattes or something like that, would it? So it looks like it's done. Did it work? I think it did. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that went through. Did that approval? No, it hasn't gone through. There we are. Did it go through? Yes. Yeah. That's like $100. Hey, I'll take that. I'll put that into yield farming now. I'll just keep adding to it. Pretty crazy. So let's go to the farms quickly. Have a look at the farm, see what the APR is at the moment. Oh man, I've got lots of harvesting. Look, all this harvesting I can harvest. I'm not going to harvest all that, but it is pretty cool. Look at that, $2,300. Nice. 4,700%. So it's still holding up pretty well as the APR. It's definitely come down. Remember, it was over 8,000%. So it's definitely come down from that. But man, oh man, that's pretty crazy. I might harvest this quickly just to avoid any issues here. So people like to sell down while I'm watching on the live stream. So we're going to try and run that. So yeah, cool. Harvesting the farms. This is what people are going to love to do. Maybe you do have to take into account impermanent loss issues, but these are all Richard Hart tokens, so they're going to do pretty well in my view. Nice. Your incentive earnings have been sent to your wallet. Yeah. That was like heaps. So that's like a couple of months. That's like 6 months, maybe a year of lattes, probably a year of lattes. Let's harvest them all while I'm at it. I might as well do it. Now I'm into harvesting. See how the harvesting hype happens? The harvesting hype of the farms. Sow the seeds in the farms, get the harvest. Celebrate with the family. Is that going to go through pretty fast? Not too bad. Let's wait for the approval. Yes, your incentive tokens have been sent to your wallet. Nice. And we'll might as well do the last one, which got the lowest yield. So PulseX Pulse is only 533%. I say only, but that's pretty outstanding. But only compared to these other ones, which are in the thousands of percent. Now, if you've been on QuickSwap or other things like that in the early days, they used to have these huge APRs, and of course they come down pretty fast. But typically it might last a week at pretty high levels, but they come down sort of every day, and that's not surprising. So there we are, folks. We harvested all that, which means we can go to the exchange and we can take our incentive tokens. We can either hold them or we can add to liquidity pools or whatever we're going to do. Man, that's gone down a little bit there. But we can switch that into some DAI, for example. I might do that, and I have to enable the incentive token. I'm just going to lock in those profits in DAI terms, and I miss out on the upside, of course, if incentive tokens decides to rally again. But I get to lock those in. So that's one of your strategies you can do, risk management. I'm getting a little distracted here with the old farming, but we're going to this will be our last one here on PulseX. Let's do the swap. And we're going to lock in those DAI tokens. Nice. All right, let's confirm that. Definitely is a little bit more expensive on the chain with the old price there. So we've done that. Cool. Locked in those profits. We've got 6,850 DAI now. We'll use that in case there's any price pullback. We're going to pick up that. So that's PulseX. Let's move on though. So the staking yield at the moment is based on this is 21.4%. So let me know if that's the same on your screen. So if you're going to be a validator on PulseChain, the current APR is 21.4. Remember, it started off at 35%. That was the upgrade for that was required for the PulseChain Testnet V4. That was the point of it, to make a really attractive APR for validators, so people would stake their Pulse as well and support the network around the world. So more nodes and validators we have, the better the network is, right? And the reward will go down pretty much in line with the increase in validators, but that's pretty attractive. So very, very cool. Bring over your ETH, bring over your stable coins, get yourself some Pulse, and start becoming a validator. Hey, that's how we roll. Now, remember, a couple of YouTubers are covering that in particular. David Feder, Jexa, RH Max, they're kind of covering validating scripts and hardware. So if you want help, they're really good. So there's some there. And of course, Alex McFerder's looking to get into some delegation protocols potentially. We covered that yesterday, which is very bullish as well. All right, let me just jump away to that. So PulseChain. Now this is a wild card. There's a bit of a wild card here. So PulseChat here has put up this thing about US Circle and USDC. Obviously, we're getting with the biggest airdrop in crypto history, we're getting the stable coins on Ethereum copied over to PulseChain as PRC 20s. But of course, they start off with the value 0, and they're not really backed by fiat, right? So that is an issue of their valuation. And secondly, they potentially the keys can be turned off, as if I understand the technicalities there, by the Circle organization, because they're not backed actually by fiat. And under initial impressions, I was under the understanding that Circle wasn't supporting PulseChain, at least at this stage. So may change in the future. But in any case, this new technology has come through here from Circle. Circle has launched this cross-chain transfer protocol, CCTP, to multi-chain bridge. Now, multi-chain, which is, as you know, Power City has launched this PulseX with their partnership with multi-chain, and multi-chain are one of the supporting partners for this new cross-chain transfer. So that's pretty good news. So this could be a road to having USDC issuance on the Pulse chain directly. So we'll see how this goes. It kind of looks like a wild card, so I put a question mark over this. Maybe we might get something out of the Power City team around this. Who knows? Jesse, just us, Jesse or KDP or somebody. We'll see. So yeah, today marks the milestone. Cross-chain transfer protocol is now mainnet. So this is really cool. So this sort of gets rid of the official bridge if you're going to be bridging wrapped USDC over, for example. This would be just bypassing that altogether. So yeah, removes the need to bridge USDC via traditional lock and mint approaches, improves liquidity across the blockchain ecosystems, enable developers to do new stuff, to provide the users a seamless and secure experience moving USDC natively across chains. And then it's got here, MetaMask powered by CCTP. USD can now be transferred natively between Ethereum and Avalanche. So those are the two supported chains. As far as I know, there's no other supported chains. So that would include, obviously, PulseChain, which is not even on their existing support, with MetaMask wallet bridge. So at the moment, it's just Ethereum and Avalanche. I'm not sure why Avalanche is getting such especially preferential treatment, but we'll see. Multi-chain integration, CCTP with multi-chain. So obviously, they're one of the partners there. And they were in the official Circle update. So that's bullish because they're the ones that have partnered their technology with Power City. So this could be, I'd put a question mark over this at the stage. It could be quite bullish if PulseChain, if it's an avenue for getting PulseChain supported as well with issuances by Circle, first of all, and then getting this technology to allow bridge from chain to chain. Decentralized routing infrastructure and their multi-chain developer tools. So the question mark over this, if we do get something out from Power City, I'm not aware if they've done anything on this officially, but that's kind of cool. Golki also made a comment here. Wow, this is huge. And multi-chain, whom I've spoken with. So he's spoken to multi-chain as well, Power City, and who will be supporting PulseChain. So multi-chain obviously supporting PulseChain. So hopefully this might be an indirect way of getting through to Circle to support USDC on the chain. So it's going to be interesting to see all that play out. Now, what USDC PRC20s that get copied are worth, the market will decide, but that's pretty positive. So and we'll see how all that goes. So, wild question mark over that one. Here is the multi-chain, of course, which is the partner of PulseX, with talking about the multi-chain cross-chain messaging protocol. And you can see a picture here of Ethereum to Avalanche, which are the two supported chains at the moment. I did look at the official press release. It has only got these two chains supported at the stage, but that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool development there. So basically, they're going to destroy one and issue the other, which is pretty cool, rather than lock one in and then, make you a wrapped or synthetic version on the other side. All right, so cool. There's a whole diagram in there for multi-chain if you want to see how that works. So that's kind of neat there. And of course, here was something cool. So I told you we're going to have a lot of PulseChain updates. So here is from Tango, and this is probably the biggest one, not biggest one, but it is huge in the sense that Tango here goes, not really, last call before Pulsechain Mainnet. And of course, he had Bretep there, one of the Pulsechain devs that we've been talking about, one of the senior ones there, pushing, actually liking his comment. No, really, last call before Pulsechain Mainnet, and we've got Bretep Pulsechain dev there circled and launching that, which is pretty exciting. So get excited because that's pretty neat. But wait, there's more. So let's hear from this. This was a little clip here from another Pulsechain dev, Gamma, who we've been following as well. And this was on RH Max, I think, earlier today. So we're going to play this little clip as well. So nice little clip here. There's a bit of a teaser, though. So let's go.
Close, you think?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we're doing really well. Now, I mean, the one other question I get is like, is a block height happen or not? I was like, I mean, sometime Richard's given his announcement a few weeks ago that like mainnet could launch at any time. So, you know, take the guy at face value on that one and see, you know, when does mainnet come out? When is the block height for the fork? I don't know. We'll find out when mainnet comes. You know, it's basically anytime after V4 launched, mainnet could go live. Anytime after V4 launched, the block height could have been. Right? And we'll find out when mainnet goes live. You know, whenever that happens.
Very exciting indeed.
You know, should be months though.
So very important that he says it shouldn't be months though. It shouldn't be months though. And he reiterated that, especially when RH was sort of talking at the same time. Yeah, sooner than later, man. Sooner than later. Website's been updated sooner than later. So all signs are leading to sooner than later. So very, very cool. And it shouldn't be months, as you heard there from Gamma, PulseChain Dev.
Shouldn't be months, you don't think?
Yeah. It should not.
2024, I'm hearing.
Yeah, well, I mean, 5137, you know, it's on the table.
5,
that was my running joke for months and months and months. Was like, no problem. We'll launch on 5136. Like, no big deal.
Yeah. It's Dev Huey says, wink twice of launching this week.
Yeah.
Oh, look at his eyes.
No, I do not.
He's purposely not blinking now. That's not natural.
Yep. I do not know when we're launching mainnet. So,
awesome, man. It's been
your guess is as good as mine.
It's been an amazing conversation. Yeah, I'm guessing mid-May. I think I'm sticking with that now. I usually don't make predictions. I don't like to be wrong.
I mean, what day is it now? It's the 26th. So, like, the likelihood that mainnet goes in, that could happen next month, I was like, I don't know. It's the 26th of April. So I don't know.
Did you already make the reservation?
I don't know whether Gamma there is trying to allude the fact that this could be before the end of April. It's the 28th of April at the moment. So that's kind of interesting, little play there on some of his intonations. But yeah, we've got the 29th, 30th coming up. We've got 16 hours to go till the upgrade. So yeah, 29th of April, that could definitely be the weekend. You know, as I've teased before in the polls, maybe 6th or 7th of May. But you know, the way that sort of quite teasing, he doesn't know the date. But he's kind of like, well, it's only this date to at the moment, so maybe it could be soon. So definitely, it could be a bit of a sooner than later event here for sure. So pretty interesting on that one. All right, let's see here how we going. We got Rune says price ratio forecast. We covered that. Let me get into some of the other stuff here. Let's get back into that. So that's kind of cool. We're going to get into the stock market next. We're getting into financial markets, the second half of the show. So hope you guys enjoy that soon. Let's get into here. So some really good updates, as you guys can see. Very bullish on the title there. So mainnet is closer than ever. No more warnings. Could launch at any time. You've seen all the evidence that we've seen so far that I'm aware of. What else there? Let's get into some of this. Brian says, got to run. Keep up the great work, boss. Hey, see you, Brian. Have a great day. Who else is in here? Sandy Beach says Hex now, but when launched DCA and Pulse, Hex both chains, maybe PulseX. But a strategy there from Sandy. The Granddad says the whole South Island is beautiful. It is indeed. It is a truly incredible place. If you haven't been to South Island, New Zealand, it is pretty incredible. What happens at the Epoch 4200? The upgrade, for Chapella and Capella. So the pulse withdrawals for validators. Pulse 777. Hey, Superman, Super Kiwi. Hope you're well. Love your hitting. Really hope so. It's taken so long. A bit over the weight, to be honest. Let's go 100%. So yeah, I presented all the evidence today. So you guys have seen it. Everything that I've seen, you've seen. I have looked into some of the files as well on the GitLab. But apart from that, that is cool. Rune says, I have sacrificed a Pulse and PulseX. What dollar amount will have me a millionaire? 1 cent. 1 cent. Depends on how much you got. Depends on how much you got there. Hex Hodl says, hey, everyone. Good to see you. What else there? Yeah, if you've got 100 million, and it gets to 1 cent, then it's got $1 million, isn't it? But if you're in a country with a lower exchange rate, then you don't need as high a price, right? In terms of your own country's millionaire status. So it depends where you are. 401 Grey, that's loco, says Christian. That is loco. That is true. What else there? Thomason House, there should be able to refresh and now mini token show. Yeah, I've already moved on from that, so I probably should have refreshed it again. Yes, I could only see PulseX incentive token on the list. Yeah. Brizology says, everyone enjoying the daily payout as much as I am. I doubt it, says Briz. We're getting up to that, man. Then I'm going to go all guns on that. That's coming. Love prediction, says Breen. Yeah. Lifespeed says, yeah, take that, Brennan. Hex token, you show him how it's done. Yeah. I front run him this time, unless he wasn't logged on. Tired of playing on testnet, want to play on mainnet. It's coming, Hex Force 1. It is coming very soon. Howdy, everybody. Good to see you. Crypto Compassion. Stitzy Jones as well. Hey, will people with no Pulse or PulseX buy it? Won't they have to dump Hex? No, a lot of people will come and buy it, I'm sure. If you got some ETH, you're going to get a little bit of Pulse, so you're going to have enough to transact. The bridge is going to be open, so yeah, that's going to be good. I think there'll be a bit of an advantage to people that are already in the ecosystem, which is kind of a good thing in some ways. It was a fair launch, but the sacrifices were fair, weren't they? So most of it's all been fair launch. Crypto Compassion there, yo, good to see you. Joe O'Brien says, sounds like you're harvesting lattes. Yeah, it does, Joe O'Brien. That's really good, man. That was funny. Yeah, I was harvesting lattes. That's how I revalue the divs, as it were. When imminent, sir. It's getting close, man. Yeah, they might shock us with how early it is going to be. The mainnet might shock us. Yeah, I kind of have the 6th or 7th in my head as the earliest date, but as you guys know, I thought June would be more testing, but it looks like they're going earlier. Looks like at this stage, looks like they're going to go earlier. Red Bull says, just discovered you Hex token. Great V4 tutorial content. Please keep it coming for us. You want to learn before mainnet. Thanks for your work, mate. You're welcome, Red Bull Green Bear. Welcome to the chat, man. Pleasure. Any layer 1 with EVM can do that with Circle, says Sushi Jones. Well, not on their press release. The press release here, I've got it on my left other computer. I think you're talking about the CCTP and the supported chains at the moment. It says what's that word to say? Avalanche, yeah, AVAX and Ethereum. Saying so, yeah, I'll double check that, but that is what it's saying at the moment. Supported chains. What appears to be. Anyway, if I'm wrong about that, I'll redress it at some stage, but that's what the press release is indicating. So, Lemmy, have you shown people how to remove your PLP liquidity, the farms, and get their assets back? Had some panicking. They had lost all their incentive PLSX. They were trying to sell PLP. Thomas Turner says, is around about Circle as final decision. Christian Con says, with time pays me, we'll be able to unlock, hack, be able to fight back scammers. Are you talking about Matty Allen's Pulse staking project? Brazology says, people were saying we won't have to bridge in USDC with CCP, but where does USDC come from if it's not bridged in? I would suggest that that's going to be still bridged in. So that's where I'm seeing at the moment. So we'll see how it goes with the CCTP. Obviously, that's a better technology, but we'll see how we go. Stitzy Jones says that's what I'm saying. How I knew people were supposed to buy Pulse or PulseX the official bridge. Stitzy Jones says it seems the only way to buy it is to pre-buy Hex and dump it after the snapshot. Well, you can do that too. You can ratio trade, but if you're going to do a stable coins or ETH or something, you have to wrap that all in. Stitzy Jones says, or can they sell their copies which won't have value until everything stabilizes? Well, you can also use PortalX, right? So when PortalX is up and running with PulseChain, you'll be able to use that. I'm just not sure at what stage they'll be up with the multi-chain support for PulseChain. They're obviously supporting, but what the time frame, I'm not sure. They can sell their copies and won't have to value until anything stabilizes. That's right. Any word that when snapshot is happening? Well, as you saw in the gamma, says, hey, look, the fork could be coming up there after the Testnet V4. So yeah, we're waiting for that. So it's probably still ahead of us. I'm taking So yeah, probably people aren't too late yet. All ERC20s are in play. Nice one, Thomas. Yeah, they are too. Brazos says the way he said, take him at face value. Take that one, says Briz. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Sorry, Briz. Must have missed that. Bob says mainnet is 23,000 minutes away. That's hilarious. Who else is in here? Bobby Hex Rod and House said, Div Fury brought up a great insight during the RH Max stream. Once snapshot happens, fork has to take place within 2 weeks because Hex stakes start to bleed out after 14 days. Good observation there, Bobby. Yeah, that's a good observation. Hello there, Miss Beach, says Bob. We need to spread that video like wildfire. Big alpha, says Brown. Let's jump through some of that. Thank you, Hex Token, says Sandy Beach. You're welcome. Let me just jump through some of these comments. Going to really scroll forward here. Let me just go through all those. Wookie says May the 4th, just saying, says Wookie, on the Pulsechain Mainnet. Christian Collins says launching on my birthday, 5th, was it 29th of May? We'll see how we go there. All right, what else have we got there? I think that's it. We'll just jump in through. Let's get into it, folks. We're going to get into the markets. So cool, let's go. The second half of the live stream, we're up to an hour and 1, so we're doing not too bad. This part is a lot faster than the other parts. So what do we got here? The stock market there, Dow notches best day since January as Meta leads Sea of Green. Awesome. This is the kind of news we want, folks. And this is great. So the Dow Jones there at 1.6%, a big day, of 524 points. That's really great. Up to 33,826. The S&P there up 1.96%, 80 points, 4,135. NASDAQ with all the tech companies up 2.43%, 287 points to 12,142. Awesome day. Awesome day. So really, really good. Really like a little relief recovery, actually. Let's look at the commodities. Sorry, the US dollar. How's that? This is pretty flat, the US dollar. Let's have a look at the commodities. Brent oil is pretty flat there, $78. And West Texas is pretty flat there, $75. Gold is back under 2,000, down $2.75 at 1996. And silver there down 6 cents at $25.15. So those are the commodities, but the stock market's done really well. The Dow rallied Thursday to notch its biggest one-day gain as Meta led a slew of mostly better than expected quarterly earnings from corporates, stoking bullish bets on stocks. And it's a good day in the office. Meta platform reported quarterly results that bet on both the top and bottom lines. Excuse me. And the social media giant delivered upbeat guidance, sending its shares more than 13% higher. The quarterly results and guidance signal a transition for the social media giant from a cost cut to a revenue recovery story. Meta results continue a trend of better than expected quarterly results from mega tech, improving sentiment on big tech with Alphabet and Microsoft in rally mode. So that's cool. Amazon is expected to report quarterly results after markets close on Thursday. So that's kind of cool. Jumping down to the banking issues, the wobble in First Republic Bank, which slumped 30% a day earlier to steady despite recent reports that the US government is unwilling to intervene in a rescue of the beleaguered regional bank. That's interesting little political move there. So yeah, that pulls up the scenario for crypto too. So it's kind of good for crypto. Energy also recovered recent losses as oil prices steadied. So that's kind of cool there. Moving ahead, the day of gains of the broader market comes just as data showed the economy slowed more than expected in the first quarter. And of course, a deeper dive into the data, however, points to a stronger consumer, and that will likely encourage the Federal Reserve to lean toward higher for longer rates. And that's what we don't want, right? We don't want that. So we're going to check that out in a second. For the Fed, the consumer on for the Fed Reserve, the consumer on solid footing coupled with still elevated inflation, there's little of any incentive for the community to back off against its fight to reinstate price stability. With not only a rate hike in May, but also beyond. And this is beyond stuff that we haven't been pricing in really. We had priced in like one May hike, and then of course potentially before the end of the year, one interest rate pullback. That's not me, but that's the market. And so yeah, that's kind of there where we are there. So beyond that, we don't want that. So let's quickly check in on the Fed meeting. So the Fed meeting is now only 5 days and 19 hours away. So really mark that in your calendar. May the 3rd, 2 p.m. Eastern time is the federal rate decision hike there. So that's really important. This is the one. If we do get the terminal rate, if they do If they do get more dovish, that's going to be good for us, and that's kind of the outcome we want there. At the moment, 88% of the market is pricing in a 25 basis point rate hike. You can see that there, up to 5 from moving from 4.75 to 5% to 5 to 5.25, and that's kind of where only 12% of the market's expecting a no change in the rate. But moving to June, this is the beyond point. We've got 66% now thinking a no change at 5.25, but we've got 25% of the people expecting a 25 basis point rate hike. So that would indicate another one. That's 2 rate hikes. We only really want 1. Moving to July, let's have a look at July. July there is at this stage no higher rate, so except for the 25 basis points. So we'll see whether that does occur. So at the moment, hopefully this will be the terminal rate. We'll be watching the outlook statement from the Fed. That's going to be really important for markets, all markets across the board. So we'll see how we go there. May it be the terminal rate. That'd be super, super cool. We'll see. Let's jump into crypto. At the moment, BTC has rallied really nicely. We're back up to 29,424. That's what two good days in the office there for crypto. And Ether is back over $1,900, down 0.5% at the moment, but doing pretty good. BNB at 325. So pretty good across the markets there. So that is kind of cool. Let's jump into BTC itself. We can see on the chart here, as Bitcoin on Coinbase, we can see the price here. We failed to hold that 30,500 mark, which is kind of the bullish mark. We want to hold that to maybe 4 or 5 days or so. We didn't do that, and we got rejected and came down. And now we're heading back up, and we have managed to kind of bounce off the yellow line here. It's the 50-day EMA, exponential moving average. So we kind of bounced off that. Is this good? I know some people are calling for 40K now, 40K Bitcoin off this. We do have higher lows here. So we'll see how we get on here. Man, if this busts through 3,500, that's going to be pretty interesting. Now, remember, we got the Fed meeting coming up. It's only a few days away. What do we say? 5 days or so. The 3rd, there it is there. So that's the Fed meeting on the chart. Look at that. So what's going to happen? Man, if we do give a dovish outlook, then all things considered, we should be able to keep moving up. So we'll be looking at this one very carefully. Crucial next couple of days here for the old Bitcoin crypto and the Federal Reserve meeting there. So let's stay tuned for that. But so far, so good. So we'll take that to the bank. Let's jump over to Hex. Hex obviously not going the same direction as quite a few of the cryptos. So here we are on the daily. Let me just get rid of all the overlays because it's pretty busy. Let me just let me go to the hourly chart. So we'll auto log that. Bam. There's the hourly chart there. So yeah, we've had some downward pressure on the hourly chart here. A couple of big red candles hitting us down. So let's have a look at the whale bot and see what's been going on there with the larger holders. Let's see where we are. So 21 hours ago, we had that 3.9 million sold. Now, some people made some comments about that. We did comment on it. Hexol just posted this with Richard Hart. I think that's pretty funny. So yeah, your friend Somi made a comment because he likes to track the wallets. This is wallet B2DA, and he took a $75,000 loss on Hex. I did a rugsy on him. See my post below. He bought from 5.5 cents to 9.9 cents, has no stakes, taking a big fat loss before PulseChain, toilet paper hand, deserves his results. So that is kind of there at the moment. That's pretty, you can decide whether that's silly or not. But yeah, PulseChain's coming. So that is pretty cool. We're getting to the final line. You got people selling out. I don't know. Some people arguing that they're selling the USDC to try and play that game. That's definitely plausible. But I would just go for the Hex myself. I think that's a lot more efficient. Yeah, so pretty cool. What else there? Yeah, so someone else made a comment here. Poseidon here made a comment. This could mean that forked USDC could be disabled. Speculation, don't panic yet. So well, obviously forked USD is not going to be back one-to-one fiat. So that's why I mean it's a wild card anyway. So yeah, and disabled is the ultimate move there by Circle if it so does so. Then 9 hours ago we had 9.3 million sold for 500,000. So on our chart 9 hours ago would be somewhere back here. Let's go find where it is. Yeah, so this big red candle here with the big volume. This is the big mark on the whale bot here. And of course sold for 500,000. Let's have a look here. Sold to Richard the rock bottom heart. He posted another one there. Man, Richard's been working out. Look at that. He's been beefing up. And of course, your friend Sonny commented on this as well. This is wallet 4D3C, and I just profiled him on this dump. He has a realized loss, not unrealized, paper hands, paper loss there. A real loss of $190,000 US. Some crazy. That's 2 in a day. That's crazy stuff. Check my post, and also the reply from me tells has no stakes in his wallet, but his side wallet was found and has $600,000 hex stake in it. So crazy stuff right there. You can make of that what you will. Just in time for when I get paid, says Optimus Skeptron. As you guys know, it's I'm also looking to pick up some hex, so this is kind of playing into my hands as well. So very, very cool. All right, let me jump through that. So that is the market there. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly. We've got hex at 5.3 cents. That's on the 4 hourly. Let's have a look at the RSI. RSI is not in oversold territory yet. We're down at 36. But we're not there yet, but we have bounced off there a couple of times of this level. Let's go to the daily and have a look at that. Let me pull this up here. So we broke down through the red line, which is the 200 EMA. So we broke down through that, and of course we're on a downtrend here at the moment. As you guys know, 5.4 to 5.6 was the support line, but then the next line was 5.4 because that's where we had all the liquidity sitting, right? So that is the line there. We're currently got the next support is at 5 cents. 5 cents is the next support, and of course we're eating through that liquidity. So this depends on how far the market's going to take that. Obviously, PulseChain news is bullish, but the market is selling down hex at the moment, so that is the play. Let's get back into the Uniswap liquidity and have a look at our support there at 5.4, which is now down at 5.3 because it's actually eating into it for the first time that I recall. I can't remember us going back down here yet. So this is going into our liquidity. So this is the buyer support that we've had for a long time. And here we are. We've got soling into that already. So it's a long way to go, obviously. The end of this tranche is at 3 cents. We've got a bit of technical support here. We're at 5 cents. So here. So this is where we've got the technical support. And obviously we've got the liquidity there as well. Excuse me. So that is the market there, which is our support. So we'll see whether we get down that far. Obviously, we're in a downtrend, so it's not unreasonable. But of course, that means I just get to pick up more hex when it comes down. If the timing is perfect, I just don't know. It's going to work out for me. Hopefully, it's going to work out for you. We'll find out. So that is Uniswap there on the marker. Let us get to Hedron. Hedron is being sold off too. So we got a big sell-off down to 1900 as well. A big day in the office there, sold from 2000 down to 1900. But only a couple of days ago, it was up at 2,700. So that's a pretty big sell-off in the last couple of days. You can see Hedron there, down 29%. So that's a pretty decent move down. There's 1.5 million liquidity in the pool. We've had 44 buys and 15 sells. So 74% of the trades have been buys. But, however, the sell volume has been 54% at 132,000 over 112K in the last 24 hours. And let's have a look at the RSI. Have I got the RSI? No, I haven't got the RSI on this one. But that is it on there. Let's go to the auctions. Let's see how we're going on the auctions here. Let's go to Ethereum and let's see how these are going. We've got 2,373 HSIs in the auction pool there, on the liquidation queue, I should say. But the auction house, we've got 19 that are in there at the moment. So let's have a look at some of these. Remember, they've added these 2 new columns here, discount in terms of Hex and Acosa. Give you a bit of an idea what's going on there. But what have we got here? We've got 1 T share, 3 T shares, lots of B shares. There's lots of B shares there today, but there are a few T shares up for grabs. This 8 T shares here is up for grabs. And they've got 700 million Hedron bid on that so far with 4 hours and 42 minutes to go. And of course, this person's holding 3.2 billion Hedron in their wallet. So they've got plenty of dry powder to be able to bid a bit higher if they so choose. I think that's it. So kind of connect there. You can see this person here on the BD, they're betting on all these B share ones. Look at them all. They're betting on all those. So see if they win those. All right, so that is that. Let's go to the Wattses. 2 Watts NFTs burned in the last 24 hours, 1,409 endpoints. So we're down to 21,219 Watts NFTs left. And that is so far endpoints, 5.24% of all endpoints there with Wattses have been burned. Still 90, just under 95% still left though. No one's given them up. No one's given their Wattses up. People holding on to those tightly. Let's get into the Hex daily stats, which is our last update for the day. What a bullish live stream it has been. And of course, PulseChain V4 about to get its final upgrade. Look at this, Ethereum and PulseChain. Man, our ecosystem just keeps getting better and better and better as well. So we've got day 1242, hot off the press. So let's get into that. The price is down at 5365 as a snapshot, down 6.3%. So we've had 2 down days there, around 6%. The payout per T-share, man, oh man. I love this more than Briz does. This is 7.049. I said it was going to be hardcore, Briz. I love this more than Briz. Everyone knows it. You can't deny. Even Briz, quietly at home, recognizes and he goes, Superman really does love this more than me. I feel a bit unfair, but Briz, this is the way it goes. 7.049, that is the way there as well. No, Briz does actually love the payouts a lot like me too. But you can decide. We'll do a poll who loves it more and make it a fair poll there. Fair crypto, fair poll. All right, so the share rate there is up 7.1 hex per T-share. We're up to 27,019 and the share price there at 14.49. The average mining length is 6.93 years. The APY rate there is 41.72%. So really, really great payout in the yield today. Get those T-shares. That's the way to play. You can have a copy on PulseChain of all your stakes and all your liquid hex. And then it's party time, right? Party time. Now, the amount of hex in the pool obviously jumped up there to 125 million from 117. So if you're a large buyer out there and they see this price as sort of a capitulation level, they've got plenty of hex there to grab if they want to, so choose to do so. Liquidity in there, 3.4 million, just down from yesterday, 3.6, and ETH there down at 576. What else there? Obviously, if you think PulseChain's mainnet's imminent launch, keep a close eye on liquidity. And it might be a Blue's Clues to events happening. So maybe in 17 hours time, who knows? T-shares there, we've got down 2,155 and we're sitting at 10 million and 10,000 T-shares. Are we going to go down to 9 digits? It's going to be fun to see. We used to be over 11 million T-shares, so man, oh man, it's crazy times. Lock percentage of coins, 9.52% of all hex is locked. Massive penalties today. Almost 12 million in hex penalties today. Unbelievable. Did that show up on the whale bot? I don't remember that showing up on the whale bot there, so I'm not sure how that's occurred there. What's a good accounting? So yeah, 12 million. Huge day in the office. Huge day. Look at the last 5-6 days. Really picked up with the penalties as well. We had about 20 days where the penalties were quite low, and now they started to pick up again. But our payout as well is huge. Look at that, 70.5 million. So that's huge as well, up 5 million. So double whammy there on the payouts. Man, oh man, if you're a T-shirt holder, that's a good day for you. A very good day. So up 225 holders there on Etherscan there, 332,535 are the current liquid holders on Hex.com. And of course, the miners, this is the headline number, up 20 today to 120,739 Hex miners. And of course, the total holders up 287. Oh man, tomorrow it could be it. We're at 555,206. Is tomorrow the exact number that we're going to need? Are we going to grow by the exact number? That could be crazy. We're going to need 349. That's what we need tomorrow. 349 to hit the 555 holders. 349. Are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? Is it going to be the luck of the Irish? We're going to have the luck of the Irish or the luck of Richard Hart to have it. 349. Are we going to do that tomorrow? What have we got in the last 10 days? We did the 331. So it's probably doable, but it's outside the range the last 10 days. But hey, you just never know your luck. Let's go back another 10 days, see if we got anything like that. 330, 319, 356. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely doable if you want to take your bigger data set. We've got 418, 374. So let's see how we go tomorrow. 349 is what we need for the magical 555. So now we're on day 1243, and our base payout is 6.448 hex per T-share. So good stuff there. Hex.com, check it out. Very, very cool. All right, here we are on Hex, 5.3 cents, just ticking over there. And of course, we're picking up more volume. All of us, faithfuls, as it were, we can DCA. We get to pick up these opportunities. PulseChain is definitely getting very, very close, as you guys saw. Very, very exciting. I might put a poll up tomorrow, Briss, for the who loves it more. That's bad. All right, let's move on from that before I get rug pulled. Who else has jumped in here since I got here? Let's see. We're Crypto NFW says, which exactly is the stablecoin on Pulse? Well, it looks like DAI is going to be the preferred Bridgeton one. Brazogi's got a comment here too. Liquid Loans will have stablecoin. I think PulseX will have one as well, and people will be able to bridge in USDC and DAI and Pulse Ramp. That's correct. So that's a good summary. I'd add to that saying that I think PulseX is PXDC, I think is their token. Stablecoin. Liquid Loans is going to be USDL. Coast is also going to have a fiat-backed one. Those other two are liquidity-backed protocols. And so the fiat-backed one's going to be CST, whereas I think they went against their own users because the users said PUSD, didn't they? But I think they're going to have stick with that CST. So we're going to have at least three good native stables, but they won't probably populate. At least the PulseX Liquid Loans ones may not populate till 4 to 8 weeks later. Now, Liquid Loans may not be up for till 8 weeks, but PulseX, I don't know what they're going to do with their Oracle calls. Presumably, they're waiting similar length to Liquid Loans. So yeah, they could be 4 to 8 weeks, probably on the back end of that is we're ahead. So we saw Crypto Crazy say 8 weeks probably for Liquid Loans, so it's on the back end. But Coast, however, with the fiat on ramp, that could be up much sooner. So we'll see how fast they get theirs up for their stablecoins. So those are the native ones. There's also the wild card out there, the BankX. We'll see how that goes. I don't even know if they're on their timetable yet, even for Ethereum BNB launch, which is what I think they're going to launch first. So those are the native ones, and they'll become pretty powerful on the Pulse chain. But the bridge ones, yeah, USDC and DAI. And DAI seems to be the one of choice on the testnet, also the one that the Sacrifice wallet's holding most of its stable coins in now. So yeah, good summary though. Boba says, I think the OA will pump a lot of DAI into the Pulse chain. Yeah, I think so. Crypto NFT, Pulse USDL, USDC. Hope I got that right. There'll be lots of peers, combinations of all those above, I imagine. Traders will trade. That's it, says Lies. True. Andrew Reynolds in house here. Happy Friday, everybody. So busy today. I'm going to be in the Rewind crew today. Nice one there, Andrew. Welcome to the channel. Jump through some of that. Brazotti says blasphemy. That's hilarious. What else there? Put up the poll. We're too late for poll, Prince. We're too late. I'll try and put it up tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow. I'll put the poll up. No one loves the daily payout more than Briz, lol, says Briz. Sandy says, yes, include me too. You include Sandy for the poll. We've got 4 options. We can have 4 options for the poll. So if anyone else wants to get into who loves the Hex payout more, get in there. We're down to 5.275 at the moment on Hex. Looks like I'm going to pick up a lot of Hex when I get to actually, when my funds come in for the buy. Hex down under, Superman in house. Indeed. Andrew says, I had fun last night staking my watt on PulseX and claim my Pulse rewards. I think I'm going to stack more for PulseX again, says Andrew. Nice. Okay, cool. What else there? Church Universal for Oneness. This is so amazing. It's all coming together. It does indeed. Well said. That's a good summary, actually. I think we're going to wrap up there. No, Danny's got here. We are so near. It's true. We are so near indeed. All right. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live stream. Let's pull up a few little videos on the way up. Since we're up to an hour and 24, I'll play a couple more videos to an hour and a half. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Man, it was a big update today. Hopefully we've got all the good stuff out there. If you've missed any of it, you've got to see it today on the live stream and you're up to date, which is cool. If you want to continue the discussion, get into our Discord. It's in the links in the video description. And of course, we've got all the links to PulseChain and stuff like that. So get in there. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. I'll catch you at the same time tomorrow. Probably won't be doing any surprise second live stream today. I don't think so. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow in any case. Take care, everybody, and enjoy yourself. That's the main thing. DCA. That's how we roll. Let's play out a few videos. I love this one. I'm going to play this again. It's the 3rd day I played this, but I really like this. I think they did a good job of promoting PulseChain on an audience that had potentially at up to 1.3 million subscribers. So we're going to watch this one. Enjoy. Take care, everybody.
Can I ask you one, or can I say one thing just before that next super chat? Talking about the PulseChain stuff as well. Just one thing I wanted to add to that is a lot of people in crypto kind of get triggered by this a little bit, right? Which is, I think, and we think, right, that PulseChain is pretty much one of the best opportunities out there right now for anybody who's absolutely brand new to crypto. Right. Now, I guess there's two ways to look at that, right? Why do people get triggered in crypto about that, right? And then why is that opportunity actually there, right? So in crypto, right, I mean, Hex Jesus here, we had Richard Hart on the show a while back with you guys, and he just kind of, you know, like Trump, right? He's the divisive figure and people go one way or the other, right? In crypto. So there's a lot of people in crypto that anything related towards Hex, they're just like, I'm not going to touch it, blah, 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 right? Because they don't understand it. They haven't taken the time to look into it. They basically take the media, the crypto media that distorts that project from the very beginning. There's a lot of gatekeeping that's been going on there. And a lot of people have made a ton of money on that project, right? And so that opportunity is something like, okay, we want to make money, right? We're here to make money. So if that has done a 10,000x in the past, you probably want to be a part of that ecosystem, right? Now you got guys like Ivan on Tech, BitBoy, and a few other large crypto channels, which are like, okay, we don't care what the crowd thinks. We see the money opportunity here with Hex and PulseChain, and we're going to take it. So that's the side where you can kind of, I would say, once you've done enough research, watch both of our channels when we talk about Hex and stuff, you'll understand why we like it, right? And then on the other side of the coin, in terms of why PulseChain is one of the best opportunities for new people, it's a fair launch, right? It's coming out where everybody is on an equal playing field from people who have a lot of money, the whales in the market. I think the largest whale in the Pulse ecosystem, what did he sacrifice for Pulse? Like $30 million?
Plus, yeah, it was a lot. I mean, there was like $2 billion, like in terms of money into the projects, there was over $2 billion sacrifice into both projects.
And he had to sacrifice or get into the project the same way as everybody else, which is a fair launch. A lot of projects in crypto, they do these things called seed and pre-seed or ICOs, right? Where they're basically like, okay, all of our friends and family, right? We'll get you guys in right away. And then the other people will get in on the seed. We'll be pre-seed. Somebody else will be seed, right? And then we'll have public round and then we'll do launch, right? So there's all these layers of people who have advantages, right? Whereas with PulseChain, everybody's on the same level playing field. So that's great. And then, I mean, Richard Hart is pretty much one of the best tokenomics creators in the crypto space. And so when he says he's built a coin to do a 10,000x, I didn't believe it at first. I thought this was crazy, but then we saw it in the last bull market. It actually happened, right? So we have very strong conviction that he'll be able to do the same thing with PulseChain. And so we're going in this course, right? There's a very good chance that PulseChain could launch during the course itself. And so we're going to basically be helping people who are brand new to that, who might not be able to understand it right away, to get in very smoothly in a DeFi native manner where you hold your own coins. But then we also make sure that that's a portion of your portfolio, right? But you have the other stuff like Ethereum and Bitcoin and your other stuff that's safe. So we want to make sure that to balance it, because of course it is a risk getting into anything that's brand new. But at the same time, with no risk, there's no reward. So you just have to, understand that for yourself. And we try to teach people about that opportunity in a non-emotional way, because too many people out here in the crypto space, I think, are just, I don't like that guy, so I'm not going to get into the project. Everybody liked Alex Mashinsky, right? What did he do? He fucking stole everybody's money, and he basically did it in a way that he got away with it. It's really fucked up. So, Richard Hart has been out here actually helping people to avoid those things, avoid custody by other people. Self-custody is the main way to do it in crypto, and we teach that DeFi native strategy.
So pretty much what's going on is like we're trying to show people the number one opportunities to make money, but at the same time, you don't want to be married to a coin. It's like just like spinning plates. You want to have a couple of coins and stuff like, but you don't want to have all your cash in just one thing, right? But if you get into these opportunities, you make some money. That's it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Cool.
So it's just so you guys know, if you want to cut the